Welcome to Adventures in TV Land. For today's adventure, we've come to Kansas City, Missouri to check out the Steamboat Arabia Museum. Now, the Steamboat Arabia was a ship laden with goods headed for the frontier in the 1800s. Had, I believe, around 200 passengers on board. It was filled with all kinds of goods. These goods were going to the general stores there along the Missouri River and out west to supply the stores there. And it sank. It hit a tree snag, snagged into the hull of the ship, and the ship sank in the Missouri River. Now, over time, there were several attempts to recover the Arabia. However, over time, people kind of forgot about it. And the course of the Missouri River changed. It ebbed and flowed and changed in different directions. Now, a little over 30 years ago, a group of friends got together and they decided they wanted to find the sunken steamship. And they found out where the Missouri River had changed. They made one attempt to find a boat. It was unsuccessful, although they did get a part from there, which is on display here in the museum. And eventually they heard about the Arabia, and it seemed to fit. And so they were able to, in a month or so, excavate the Arabia. This statue is called the Vision. Everything that the group found and is on display. Now, restoration efforts are still underway, but everything that has been restored and has been found is on display here at the Steamboat Arabia Museum. A few years ago, I wrote an article for a national publication about the Steamboat Arabia Museum. And honestly, ever since then, I've been really attracted to this museum. I just really like it. This is a kiosk that kind of shows you where the different parts of the museum are located. I think it is because of the story of the five friends, 5 people who came together and their families to uncover this boat. And originally they did it because they were wanting to, be treasure hunters and try to find some gold, maybe make a little bit of money. And in the end, they ended up becoming preservationists and historians, and they, opened a museum, opened it to the public. Here's the part of the stern from the Arabia.
Underground river, 35 feet to reach the ship below. To accomplish this, a series of 20 wells were drilled around the boat's right outline. Each went to bedrock, a depth of 70 feet.
This just shows how the cargo was distributed on the boat. All kinds of beads and buttons. Perfume here. Here's some china, coffee beans. There is a measurement set. And here now we actually get into all the various things that were being sent to the stores, everything, all the cargo. Here are these windows here in this section here. You will see these windows were actually windows that were on the ship, along with all the supplies there. There's a bucket of lard. Everything that you see are items that were salvaged when the boat was found. Here's some cosmetics and gin, sweet pickles, ketchup, spicy sauce, assorted pie fruits. Here are some covers of some books. You can still read the names.
And Dave the bulldozer guy's still around, so he can come down and push dirt. Push you around. Yeah. So nice to meet you. Nice to meet you guys. Thanks.
Do you have kids that help you then now?
I do.
Second?
My son works here part-time. He was just a guy on the field, so.
Yeah, cool.
Various hand tools. There's some thread and scissors and sewing needles. It's amazing. And all these bottles. Eyeglasses. And clothing. Hats and mittens and pants and vests and shirts. And socks. Beads and buttons and belt buckles galore. Thimbles. And look at all of these boots and shoes. See some saddles. All of these items discovered and preserved. And here, these shoes were actually shoes from the Goodyear company. Various hardware. Doorknobs and keys and locks. Here, this is the part of the lab where the preservation work goes on. You can often come here, you can watch people as they are at work, cleaning items and preserving them to be displayed later on. Now this tin cup has the name of a passenger, R. Ratcliffe. Buckets of paint. Now here is a good Charlotte dial. This is a frozen Charlotte dial. Now this shirt here, because of the heart on here, this is believed to have belonged to a pro-slavery person who was headed to Kansas to fight in the Bleeding Kansas conflicts. And here we have a model, a scale model of the Arabia. So you can kind of get an idea of what the boat looked like back in its heyday. Here we have the piece of wood, the snag, that caused the Arabia to sink. Piece of tree right there is what dug into the front of the hull and caused the boat to sink into the Missouri River. Now this item here, this piece of tackle, is the only thing that does actually have the Arabia's name on it that was discovered. Here we have the boilers of the ship. Now these displays here, they just kind of give you an idea of what life was like and how things were aboard the Arabia. This wall here shows you how the ship was discovered and the story of bringing these items to the surface. They're part of the engine. Here we have a slice of one of the smokestacks. Now the only casualty of the sinking of the Arabia was a mule, and it was supposedly the owner said that, you know, he let the mule go, untied the mule, but the mule drowned regardless. And this shows you here where the skeleton was found. It was actually, the skeleton was found still tied to the post there. So the owner lied. Paddle wheel paddling. That was the Steamboat Arabia Museum here in Kansas City, Missouri. So if you're in Kansas City, Missouri, come check out the Steamboat Arabia Museum. It is highly recommended. 2 thumbs up. This has been another adventure in TV land. If you've enjoyed this video, liked it, hit that like button. If you disliked, hit the dislike button. Subscribe to my channel for further content and ring that bell for email notifications. And if there's some place that you would like to see me visit, or you have a suggestion about some future video you would like to see me do, leave a comment in the comment section. And if you've enjoyed this adventure, or any of the adventures in TV land, you can help support this channel by going to either Buy Me a Coffee or Patreon and making a donation or becoming a member there. You can also hit the super like button, and that would help support the channel as well. Thank you for watching. Until next time, that's a wrap.